Hello, Philadelphia! I'm Bruce Buffer. It's time for the Anthony Gorgano Show!
Live from the Xfinity Studio. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy March. The worst month of the year flushed. We got through it. A little bit scathed, not totally unscathed, I should say. But we got through it. We're into March. March means a lot of good stuff on the horizon. Baseball, the tournament. We got playoffs for hoops and hockey. And mercifully, the weather. As I look toward the end of the week, the weather in the 70s. Yes, thank you. We got 2 more cold days, and then we can at least get to normal time. We got daylight savings or whatever it is. We spring forward. So good stuff now that we got rid of that horrible February month. We're on to it. And yesterday, baseball, I took center stage. How about it? The spring debut of Andrew Painter. There's nothing like having the phenom. Especially a phenom pitcher. There's nothing like when you see the young stud toe the rubber. There's nothing like it. When you got a kid that you look forward to watching pitch every 5 days. There's something special about that. And Andrew Painter, we've been waiting, right? Like we were very excited. We thought last year was the year. And, of course, he's coming off the Tommy John, so kind of lingered. So now we get Andrew Painter, and he makes his debut yesterday against the Yanks. And it looked good, right? 2 clean innings, no hits, no walks. He struck out 1, Domínguez, 20 pitches, 14 strikes. Fastball had life, had pop, had some good run to it. 96.7 his fastball averaged in the first inning, 97.1 the fastball averaged in the second inning. Good velo. Good. Right? Real good. So you got to like it. I thought he got good command. His command was excellent. Threw an array of pitches. Again, this is just spring and, you're going to, while he gets stretched out and everything else. But as a first just glimpse to look at him, look good. I'm excited. I'm excited for the Phillies when it comes to the youth because what do we need with this club? We need fresh blood, young blood. And that you got with Painter and Crawford, who's just been hitting this spring, right? Like, my man gives me 280, let's go. Who's going to, I don't care about extra base hits with him. Let's just go get on base. That's what this team needs. And you need young blood. I'm a big believer in that. Something about the youth infused in a clubhouse of veterans, which makes it a good mix, good tonic for winning. You don't want to be all young, and you don't want to be all old. So you got a couple good prospects coming in, and if Painter can give you a legit rotation spot, give me like Ranger light numbers. If you get Suarez light numbers, you're good. You're more than good. It's what you need. It's what your farm system's here to do. That because you can't pay everybody $300 million. So fightings we'll talk about with Corey Seidman. Corey was diligently watching Andrew Painter, so we'll get to Corey a little bit later on. Talking some Phils. Sixers last night. JoJo out for 3 games. First, it's a shame because it's Sunday night and it was NBC and it was Sixers C's, Sixers Celtics. It's funny, I was driving to pick up Mosco's birthday dinner, and which we'll get to in a minute. and I had on the Sixers pregame, and I heard D. Lynam talking to Jimmy Lynam. I love Jimmy Lynam. Celtics, just that Philadelphia accent. And like, big one without Joe. Joe, well, absolutely. Without Joe, it's a problem against the Celtics. I hope, but, And this is great. And, yeah, you can't expect them to win without Embiid against that team. And you saw it last night. VJ was terrific. Tyrese started off 3 for 17 and got hot. And is just a warrior, man. They're blitzing him, doubling him, and I just love Max. He's just relentless. He always keeps you in a game. He finds a way. I think he's had this whole season carrying the load of this entire team on his back. I counted one dud, one game that he just didn't have anything. The guy always gives you something. Always. And VJ was terrific last night. It's just, you're outmanned. Without a beat, you have no chance. And we're going to get to him coming up in the Daily 5, which we bring back now that we're in March. Fly Guys win. They beat Boston. So you have 2 in a row over the Rangers and the Bruins. But is everybody happy? I don't know. Again, I was making my rounds, and I turned on the radio, like I always do, and I heard my man Broads freaking out about the tank. I mean, where are we at? We need to figure that out. What about I get the draft thing, but we need them to win, no? You gotta feel good. It can't be just a total tank. It's tough. I see both sides of it, right? So I get it, because once you get to the point where you have no chance at number 1 pick with the lottery, which is 11, then you're in trouble. Like you're going to be drafting, you're taking your shot, right? So we'll get into that a little bit today, and a little combine wrap-up. Lots to do on the show. Corey Seidman joins us. Devon joins us. We'll talk to the brain. Good morning, VG.
What's up? Cold, man. Cold. I'm miserable. It's Monday, man. Just trying to get through the day.
Yeah, you don't. Your spirit is down.
I hate this cold.
Yeah, dude, I'm with you.
Not ready for it.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I'm not ready. It was beautiful Saturday. Sunday was nice.
I mean, it was all right Saturday. It wasn't beautiful. Like coming up,
Saturday was beautiful.
Let me perk you. Let me perk you up. All right.
I don't want nothing from AccuVinny. I got to adjust my hat. My logo's missing.
You know what? I got to give you AccuVinny. All right.
Here comes AccuVinny.
All right.
Not out of the woods yet, cause there's a cold wind coming down from Greenland, going to bring 18 inches maybe. The European model says 36.
Listen, we got to get through the week, right? Tuesdays
through the week.
Tomorrow's 43, but then we're in the 50s. I got to take 50s every day of the week, right?
Saturday was a 50. It was like 55, wasn't it?
Yeah. So you got Wednesday's 55, Thursday's 54, Friday's 57. Now it's going to rain a lot, but you're in the 50s. You're not freezing.
I'm living in the now, man.
Right?
I'm in the now.
Dude, Saturday, 73. Sunday, 72. Next Monday, 72. Next Tuesday, 68. Right. And next Wednesday, 77.
Yeah, we got to get through this. It's the eyes of March, man. We
77. Great. Wow, you'll be crying.
I'm
it's too high.
I'm not in my beach shape yet.
It's
I need
too high. It's going to be 90.
I got to lose a few pounds before it
So
gets.
there you go.
Come on, man.
Hope is on. It's March. March is the time. It's the gateway to spring.
I guess.
It is the gateway to spring.
All right. Hey, it was like must-watch TV. I was visiting Mom, throwing a game like 1:01 p.m.
Yeah.
Mom trying to talk. I was like, shh, relax. The future's going on.
The future's on the hill.
Yeah. You watch these games every day in order to see. This is the future. This is going to make your life. This guy can make your life much better.
Was Mom locked in?
She was chirping with the peg a little bit. Yeah, I was alone, locked in on it. You look good.
She said, look, watch this, Mom. Watch him spot his fastball right here.
Yeah, I got
97.
Oh, you know what the comment was? He looks young. How old is he?
Oh, yeah.
He does look young. He looks like a kid.
Wow.
Hat looks a little big on his head.
Well, whatever.
But yeah, look good. people are complaining the sliders over the plate a little bit of a meatball. They're analyzing the RPMs of it. I'm like, are these people crazy? It's his first game in 2 years at the major league level.
And by the way, it's the spring. Like, you can't look at anything other than you're not fully stretched out. You're going to be working on stuff. He just got to get on the mound and feel the mound in a game.
Yeah, I saw a breakdown. The slider had 22,444 RPMs. That would have been the same as Sandy Alcantara last year and ranks him 122 out of 252 pitches. This is the kind of analysis that's going on the first inning.
It's insane.
Of a Grapefruit League game.
That's insanity.
Yes.
Ben! That's insanity.
Ben is not insanity.
No.
Most days.
Ben walked in. Mike Garofalo and Ben are best friends now.
Oh, I'm sure.
All right.
Yes. Ben's got a crush.
Here's the problem with the way sports is covered now. It used to be that it was very reporting-esque through what managers, scouts, players, through their words and what they told you, and less about the numbers. Right, but it's become it's because a lot of people that don't have clubhouse access are social media and the whole thing, so they rely a lot on numbers.
Yeah,
and the only problem, and there's a good and bad with it. The bad is there's no perspective, right? Like, you need perspective from these numbers. The fact is that, like you said, it's his first start,
a little context
of the spring.
Yeah.
So there's got to be the right perspective and context when it comes to these numbers. That means nothing.
I wanted to see his velocity. 98 almost he touched, 97.8 or whatever. Good. Control around the plate most of the time.
Oh, yeah, good command. I thought his
the
command was
off-speed
good.
stuff was a little out of the zone a little bit, but
Yeah, but you're supposed to be out of the zone with all speed.
yeah. But I mean, the knock on him is his off-speed stuff. His control was an issue last year. So
Yeah, but you know, sometimes you can't just judge because it's out of the zone. It's not good. Sometimes you want to be out of the zone. Of
course.
Like you're trying. He threw 14 strikes out of 20 pitches.
yeah, 4 of them first pitch strikes, I think.
And that's what you want to do. You want to go strike one, and then you want to control the count.
I think he used 3 or 4 different pitches.
4 different pitches.
Yeah, so it's all good.
Yeah,
I'll take away your boy Friday night. I mean, hit 92.9 his first game. Nola might hit 94 by the end of spring training. I think that's a good spot for him.
I agree.
So I'm slightly optimistic with Nola.
I agree. I mean, when it comes to Nola, my guess is you're going to get, spotty. Like, he's going to look good.
Yeah, that's it.
And then, he's going to be an inning and he blows up, or he may look good for a game, and then he may, I think it's kind of like that.
He's like a crap table. Like, it'll go cold soon. You got to play it just right. You got to know what inning.
He's a human crap table. That's very good. That's very good.
Yeah.
Roll the bones.
Yeah.
No,
he's going cold. We can feel it. Get some action up.
No, you're. That's a great point. Now, again, if he's your 4th or even 5th starter, when Wheeler comes back, I mean, that's great.
I feel great.
I got no issues with that.
Yeah.
And Crawford continues to hit. And you know who hits? Stott. Lestott has hit. Jules, we have that graphic for Lestott. Look what Lestott has done.
My boy, Lestott.
You should love Lestott. Lestott changed his approach a little bit, right? And the one thing that he's doing, you saw 2 home runs, one oppo, and the other one the straightaway center. Hitting way more line drives this spring. He's hitting the cover of the ball. He's 8 for 12 or something like that. He just looks so much better at the plate.
He's looking like the guy we thought could win a batting title at some point.
I don't know, but I can't go batting title
because I want to throw him in the 1 hole. I want him to lead off. If he gets close to that, we thought he was going to be this great hitter.
Here's the problem with him leading off is that he's another lefty.
We go Stott, Turner, Harper, Schwarb. Now we got Schwarb in the 4 hole, and we got some lengthened a little bit.
I don't know. Does it matter?
Yes.
Because it's still lefty. Like, if he was a right-hander.
I'm not so much worried about lefty-righty with Harper or Schwarber back-to-back. I think they're fine that way.
Problem is that when you have a good lefty out of the pen, you neutralize 3 and 4.
I don't know if you do so much with Schwarber. Schwarber's pretty good against the lefties.
He was very good last year.
Yeah.
But the problem is if you have the really good lefty and you're looking down the line, like
Yeah.
I mean, the problem is you still would prefer to go left, right, right, left.
Yeah, that's not happening.
I mean, you really would. You really would. Here's the Lestat. Look at this, man.
3 years since he hit an Oppo home run.
Look at that. Coming into the game, Stott had an opposite field home run since 2023. He's now 2 home runs, 1 to left and 1 to center. Like I said, the new stance and tweaking his swing.
All right.
All right.
Let's go.
Lestat.
Let's go.
Gotta love it. All right. Time now to debut the Daily 5. Are you ready?
I don't know.
All right. Now, chat, I need you to chat in the answers to your Daily 5. All right?
Yes.
We'll put them out on social as well. Here you go. First question of the Daily 5 is a Phillies question. It's about Bohm. Are we too hard on Alec Bohm? Like, if Bohm was a 6-hitter, would we have that kind of angst with Alec?
No. No, he's a victim of circumstances, I think. They have no 4-hitter.
So you're saying we're too hard on Alec Bohm?
Yes, we are too hard on him, I think. I think, like any other world, like if he's a 6 or 7 hole hitter and he's come back after that, I bleep and hate this place. Yeah, we love him. I mean, it's a little, we're desperate for a 4-hitter. We're desperate for power. He's got none. He should. You look at him and you're like, this guy should be hitting 25.
Right, and the problem is he's third baseman.
Yeah. He should be like a Jason Worth. He looks like a Jason Worth physique. He should hit 20, 25 bombs.
Yeah.
But he doesn't. So, I don't know. He's, personality-wise, he's a bit much.
Okay, so now, here you go. Now
now I'm digging in. He's a bit much. His attitude
we're not
stinks.
too hard on Alec Bohm.
His attitude's contagious almost, it feels like, in that clubhouse.
Yes or no? Are we too hard or not?
Yes.
We are.
I'm going to lean yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Chat, Bohm, are we too hard on Alec Bohm? Because notice, and this is not a coincidence, that there is a big Alec Bohm campaign that's under the radar right now. Because
campaign to build him up?
Yes.
Make him more marketable?
Well, I think it's more because it's a contract year and it's like, hey, we need him.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know, so let's pump up the Bohm. Pump up the Bohm. Pump up the Bohm.
That's what you want to do.
Right?
Mike Goose says, no, the expectations haven't been met. He hits like a 2-hole guy, but doesn't have speed. He's a third baseman with a center field bat. Mm-hmm. He gets in his own head too much.
Yeah.
Has any other Philly had to be benched during a playoff game? Eddie Wright wants to know.
All right. Speaking of too hard, do we similarly? We saw the Sixers last night have no chance. Like they fought, but they didn't have a chance against Boston without JoJo. Do we appreciate JoJo's greatness? And you can see what he's playing, like with the difference he makes when he's on the floor. Even now,
he's awesome.
He's going to be go down as one of the most elite, incredible Sixers of all time.
No, we don't.
But there is still there's too many scowls when his name comes up.
Yeah, it's almost like you were listening to me and my boys hanging out last night after the Johnny Good Times Quizzo Bowl 20s extravaganza. We went out and had some drinks, and we were watching the game at a bar, and it came up. We're like, Joe's awesome still. Like, they miss him. He's awesome. Like, when he plays.
There you go. Thank you, Jules. Right on time.
He can sleep
They're
through.
11-15 in this slop league. They're below 500 without Embiid.
Yeah. And he sleepwalks to 25 points and 10 boards. I mean, he can drain a 3. I mean, there's times when people don't want him out there, but he can hit some threes. He's got a really nice mid-range jumper. Like,
really, if you look at like as just from a pure dominant level, he's the most dominant Sixer in modern era.
If he had any luck with health.
More dominant than Doc, more dominant than Charles, more dominant than Allen.
100% agree. Yeah.
I mean,
we do not.
All right.
We were just talking about that last night, too.
Flyers. Question number 3 of the Daily Five. To tank or not to tank? What are we rooting for? Because half the fan base gets groused, they lose, and the other half get grouchy if they win.
We want as many losses as we can now, and Tocchet hasn't got. Now they're going to start playing them good for Tocchet. Everything's coming together now when we need the losses. We need the best draft pick possible, which brings me to a heated discussion I had with a really good hockey guy last night. Plays in men's leagues. Zero hope, he says, in Danny Briere. Does not a Tocchet issue, not a Jonesy issue. Solely focused on Briere.
Really?
Says he's not ready for
the
gig.
What about Vladar? I mean, that was great. What do you mean? You can't shrug.
Here's what he said.
You wound up getting a really good goalie.
He said,
what about Zegras?
He said, you need a great center.
Yes. I mean, obviously they have no
You
centers.
need a great defenseman.
Yeah.
And you need a great goalie.
Yeah.
He's found none of those in 3 years so far.
Okay, well, it's 2.5. Like, we're going to be real. Like, you got 2 off seasons. Like, they didn't have a lot of resources. I mean, you got Vladar, who's maybe he's not great, but he's very good.
Yeah,
he's been very good, dude.
Very good.
Like I agree. You still need, your if Michkov is a number 2 in a franchise, like you still need the number 1.
Yeah,
if that's the case. Right, you need that big center. You need your McDavid, McKinnon. You're looking for that. Like, there's great players. Like,
he put the Cutter issue squarely on Danny. I mean, he said if you had Cutter here with Michkov, it's a different future, different hope. I don't know. So I'm tanking. I don't even know what the props are, like what the prospects are out there. But give me the highest pick possible at this point. There's no point. There's no point in winning any games right now.
All right. Number 4. Here's a question for you. Give me your 3 most untouchable Eagles.
This one's pretty easy, I think. I would think 2 of them are on everyone's list. Q and Coop.
Yes. Okay. I mean, look, I started my list with those 2. Q, to me, the most untouchable Eagle is Kenyon.
I agree.
You can't, like, having an elite corner, he's a top 3 corner in the league.
100% with you. Yeah, he was the number 1. Coop number 2. 3, I go Devontae. I love that kid, man. He's just such a good receiver.
Reaper.
Yeah. He reminds me like a Steve Largent. Just runs great routes. And always finds a way open. Really sure hands.
Yeah, he never drops anything.
Every
once in a while, AJ will drop something, right?
Oh, yeah, you think?
But Devontae never does. Now, you could make the argument Jordan Mailata, because it's, left tackle.
Yeah, didn't have a great year.
And knowing that Lane is days are numbered, the anchor to your line is Jordan.
You could argue that. He didn't have a great year. I just think Devontae's like the ultimate professional, man. He just goes about it the right way.
I don't disagree with that stuff. All right. So we want those answers as well. We'll go through the audience.
Joe Rocket goes Hurts, Carter, Devontae, Q, Coop, Carter. A lot of Carter. Q, Coop, Carter. Q, Coop, Carter. Lots of Carter.
I love Carter. I do. I love Carter. My only problem with Carter is can you count on him?
Right, in the long term, once he gets that big paycheck.
That's it. That's my only thing. Because I agree, he's so dominant. Now, it helped that Jordan Davis had such a great year last year.
Mm-hmm.
My only worry about Carter is he wasn't as good as he was 2 years ago.
Mm-mm.
2 years ago, he was freaking Aaron Donald.
Mm-hmm.
So last year, he was good.
At times.
And very good at times. And then spotty at times.
But maybe it's a shoulder.
And it was. Yeah. He did. But again, those are questions. But certainly it's a good answer.
The question is, once you get that $50 million guaranteed, that's a game changer.
All right. And then finally, Question number 5 of the Daily 5. Yesterday, Massimo's birthday. My little boy, 13.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Teenager.
Yeah, I want to cry. I have 2 teenagers now. No more little boys. My little boys, they used to say, Anthony used to use the L with a Y.
Oh,
Yiddle.
Yeah.
And he would go, Daddy, I'm Daddy's little boy.
That's awesome.
Dude, I cry every time I think about it. Now he's
man.
bigger than me. I don't like it, Daddy. I want to eat now.
Is that what he sounds like in your voice?
Yeah, I want to eat, Daddy. Give me food. Buy me a pizza. So yesterday was a tough day for us. Beautiful day, but again, rite of passage. Mm-hmm. So I go, all right, Dad, what do you want to eat? You can get anything you want. Like, what do you want? From what place? He rolls with the Canes.
Oh, whoa. That's breaking news. Canes over Chick-fil-A right now?
Well, Anthony's Chick-fil-A, Massimo's Canes.
Canes?
Prediction Canes.
Oh, I've never had Canes. How is it?
Oh, no?
No.
Yeah, he's a big Canes guy. He likes the Canes sauce.
Are they hot? Is it a hot chicken, Canes, or?
What do you mean?
Like there's all these hot
Chicken.
chicken places.
It's chicken.
Okay. All right.
It's
Do you know what I'm talking about, Julia?
hot chicken. It's cold versus cold chicken.
Nah, come on. What, you guys live under rocks?
Like-
What, spicy chicken?
Yeah, like
No,
there's
he
a place like Dave's Hot Chicken, and there's a place up in the Northeast, Common in the Boulevard. It's like lines around the block for these hot chickens. All right.
Dude, my whole life, I don't think I've gone north of Old City.
Man, I mean, that shows. That's half your problem.
Unless I was going to parks.
Just take the expressway right through it.
Yeah, no, it's
Okay.
chicken. It's like strips.
All right.
Tenders type of thing.
Yeah.
They had sandwiches, the whole thing.
Okay.
But he likes Canes. Canes.
All right.
A lot of kids like the Canes. He
Yeah.
loves the Canes. So that was it. So I say to you, you can have anything you want for your birthday. When you turn 13, what are you doing?
Oh, you're going to love it. Oh, when I turn 13 or right now?
No.
Right now?
I'm saying right now.
Oh, you're going to love these. You're going to just, I'd go with, start off with a samosa, veggie samosa, a little malai kofta, some aloo gobi,
Oh, wait, hold on.
and some chana masala.
Is that English?
Indian feast.
The only thing I know on that is the last one you said. The
Chana masala?
I don't even know the first
Chicken
one.
tiki masala?
Chicken, I know that. Yeah, I've heard
What,
that.
so what is it?
Indian food.
Yeah.
So a samosa is like a deep fried little pastry with peas and potatoes
Like
inside.
an empanada?
No, maybe similar to empanada. Yeah. Malai kofta is these little balls of veggie stuff and beans and like fried with some sauce. Aloo gobi is like a little potatoes, cauliflower.
Oh, yeah?
And chana masala is just chickpeas, garbanzo beans, and some masala sauce. The sauce from the chicken tiki masala is just mixed in
For
with
the chickpeas?
yeah.
You love your veggies. God bless you. You're a good man. You're a good veggie
Chana
man.
masala give you nice protein with the beans.
You're a beansman. Now, you've always been a beansman.
Yeah. What do you go with?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I got to think about it.
Your question. You didn't think about it the whole time you wrote it?
Yeah, again, it's not for me. I'm the proctor. All right? My answers don't matter. I would probably go homemade crabs and spaghetti.
Okay.
I love the crabs and spaghetti. It's probably my favorite.
Sammy says that everything I'm saying is everywhere in the UK. Yes.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. All right. Let's take care of some business. We want to have your 5, right? So answer those questions. And, give us some love of your favorite plate. Like, what are you going to eat for? You can get to order out or go to a restaurant. What do you got?
Is Eddie Ray trying to poke you? He wants a vodka cutlet parm.
No, people love the vodka cutlet parm.
All right.
People love the
I mean, is
vodka.
that a chicken parm with just vodka sauce?
Yeah, the vodka sauce, people love the vodka sauce.
I'm a fan of the vodka sauce.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, pasta's good. I don't like it with my protein, but that's fine. A lot of people love it. They go with the vodka chicken parm, the vodka.
Penny vodka.
They love that. People love the vodka. People are big vodka fans.
They are.
All right. Let's take care of some business, and then we go to Devon. Let's talk about Parks Casino, the Bet Park Sportsbook Online Casino app. New Monday. We got conference tournaments around the corner. March Madness is about to strike. All right, so make sure that you have the app ready and loaded for March Madness. You got baseball and the World Baseball Classic coming up, and there's always another way to win. Hoops, hockey, NBA, NHL is all there, and there's always another way to win on the app. New casino users get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down the first 24 hours, plus 250 free spins on a couple select games. You can check that out, which is pretty cool. 10 days, and you get 25 spins every day. Like, that's a lot of fun. So you can enjoy yourself. Live dealer blackjack, craps, roulette, all the hot slots like Cash Eruption. What are you playing?
I did do Cash Eruption last night.
All that stuff. BetParks.com for all the details. Got to be 21. PA, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland, Ohio. Gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. Talk about my friends from Xfinity. I love my Xfinity. What if I could tell you, what if I said to you, you could have reliable and intelligent Wi-Fi, and what if I told you keep the price the same for 5 years? That's right. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Imagine Wi-Fi that makes everything in your home work together, that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense that lets you stream the game even when the whole family's online. That's my problem, all right? I got 2 kids. I got my wife, all right? And I need no interruptions. That's why I love my Xfinity. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and Xfinity's best equipment included. Take it from me. A lot can change in 5 years. Championships are won, records are broken, but your Wi-Fi, it should stay reliable. Lock in your price and unlock possibilities with Xfinity. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. All right. The Toot says, vodka, ice cold, in a glass with olives. Nowhere near my pasta or protein. Vomit emoji.
There you go, Randy Rubar. This may be why too. Vodka sauce is necessity due to the heartburn. Maybe it cuts down the acidity a little bit, helps you out with the heartburn.
I don't know. I'm a tomato head.
A lot of vodka love in it.
Yeah, I know people love it. People like the vodka pizza. I don't know. What am I going to get? A penne with gin sauce? I'm a gin man. Joining us on the Xfinity mobile call-in line, one of the greats. We love him. Talking hoops with Devon.
Devon Givens,
NBA.
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 Devon Givens.
Good morning, my brother.
Morning. What's going on?
All right, a question to start. It's your birthday. You can have anything you want to eat. What are you eating, and from where are you eating it?
It's a great question. I heard you guys talking about this, and I was trying to think of that. And
Like my little guy went Cane's last night. Have you had the Cane's chicken?
I've had the Cane's chicken. Big fan of. I would have never had thought to put Texas toast with chicken strips, and it's really good.
Yeah, Massimo
so-
loves the Texas toast.
Yeah. So VG, I think you'll like that part of it, with the sweet tea. So that's a really good choice. What would I have? I'm gonna go. I probably something soul food related. Go something cultural there, where
Yeah.
one of the spots in the neighborhood,
Yeah.
and go
Yeah.
get some. Go.
That's happy.
You know what?
Listen, it's when you go to culture, it's a happy
Yeah.
place. Takes you back to mom, takes you back home to when you were young.
So it's funny that you say that, because when you talk about celebrating birthdays, you know me well enough to know that I am a very quiet birthday person.
Yes.
So I don't want parties. I don't want I just want to hear from my loved ones, and I'm good with my day. And my friend, of course, my friends, my loved
Yeah,
ones.
you and
all
I
of you
share.
guys
We
always
have the
reach out.
same reaction to that.
Yeah. So occasionally, though, I'll get the surprise stuff. great job by them. My daughter's always wanted. So just to answer your question and take it in this direction, it's that oftentimes that's what I want for my birthday. I just want they'll give me a nice platter from the spot, and I'm good to go. So that's
What's
my
on
meal.
the
And it's
platter?
typically
What's the
on the
platter?
platter. I would get the fried chicken with macaroni and cheese and greens.
Yeah.
And that's that's today, tomorrow. It's a
Yeah.
stuffed platter. So that's why I typically go.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's great.
Yeah.
All right, my brother. Let me start with the other question that we had of the Daily Five. And it was because it'll bring us to our conversation for last night. And that
Sure.
is, do we truly appreciate the greatness of Joel Embiid? Because without him, they just can't win games like that last night.
I do think it's appreciated, but there's a mix of the frustration that goes with the appreciation because of the lack of availability. So I think people understand and know how talented, how great he is. And I'm not one to throw around great when it comes to a lot of players. But he is a great one. He's an all-timer, as we know. And I do think it's appreciated, but it's tough for a lot of fans to separate the two because of him often being out of the lineup. And because of his greatness, they do understand and appreciate that they win those basketball games with him in there, and then he's not. And that's where the tug comes from, right? The push and pull of how to root for this team, how to appreciate the greatness that is Joel Embiid, and not wanting to, all right, I'm sick of him, get him out of here. I need a new center to run with Tyrese Maxey. So the appreciation, I believe, it is truly there. But I also think that, that tug of war of your emotions of wanting your basketball team to win with either your best player or your second best player, or even right where he and Tyrese Maxey are today, he's not there. And that's where the upset, the people are upset about that and just can't do it anymore after 12 years in the league. Now he's only been on the floor. Well, he's been on the floor for 10 of the 12, but he's been on the floor.
It looks like he's out for 2 more games with the oblique.
Yeah. So we were referencing last night one of the doctors that points out with this injury, it could be 11 to 12 days, 3 to 4 games, somewhere in that time frame. And it's also about what the person can tolerate with that issue. So they have some tough ones because the Spurs, they just had their 11-game winning streak snapped on Sunday in New York. So they're going to be looking to get right back on it when it comes to winning. And with no Joel Embiid, that's going to be a daunting task for the Sixers. I don't know how they beat the San Antonio Spurs on Tuesday night, but stranger things can happen, but we'll see. They do have a favorable matchup against the Utah Jazz, who we know are actively tanking on Wednesday. And so you have some really tough games ahead of you where it's funny, I just ran through the schedule with a friend, and we were going through the schedule just trying to get to about 11 more wins with the 22 now that they have remaining, 23 as of last night, 22 today. And I could still see where they are in that 43, 44 range, and that could get you the 6th seed. But with him being out these next couple of games, I just don't see how they beat the San Antonio Spurs. The Jazz, sure. But yeah, it's going to be a tough ask against San Antonio on Tuesday night, and we'll see about the game later in the week.
Yeah, I mean, their Spurs are nasty, playing great ball, man.
They are tough. I hope people watch from afar and just just see what they're doing and how fun they are, how they built through the draft, as we know, but also put some nice vets around them. They have guys like Julian Champagnie used to play for the Sixers, and he was on I think he was on a 2-way deal at that time, and he couldn't stick. And he has found a home where now he's knocking down 3-4 threes a game. The other night, I believe he had 6 or 7. And then you have Devin Vassell, who was a 1st-round pick for them, injuries out of the lineup, and now all of a sudden he's back in the starting lineup, and he's as we talk about building around Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey with shooters, they have shooters, and then Steph Castle. year 2, just a fantastic player, man, and just a really fun team to watch. Really are.
They are, and it's not the Wemby show. That's the thing about it. Like, he'll
Yeah.
have his moments when he goes crazy, but he doesn't go crazy every night. It's not a team that's completely reliant
No.
upon Wemby. I think that's where like Eddie Wright says, hey, it's not a question of do we appreciate Joel Embiid, but do the Sixers appreciate Joel Embiid? And it goes back to the trade deadline and the penny
Trade
pitching.
deadline. Yeah, and that's a great point by Eddie. Shout out Eddie, because that is when Joel Embiid spoke out publicly when asked in the locker room after one of the games how he wanted to see the trade deadline approached, and he said, "Not ducking the tax." That was an outward cry of, "Hey, don't worry about any of that stuff. We have a chance. Get us whatever help we may need, and let's push forward in the second half of the season and make a run in the Eastern Conference where you match up pretty well when he's out there and able to play, and Paul George is in the lineup as well, to not do something like that." So it's a great point by Ed that, again, fans appreciate him. Of course, the organization appreciates him, but they should have done more to help him out, especially when you look at, you can't help. The trade deadline was weeks ago now, but you can't help and follow what Jared McCain is doing and not say he may not be the savior, but he's an option off the bench versus some of the other options that you may have.
Hey, well, that's it. That's exactly it. He's an option. He's a legitimate option that we knew would play his way into becoming an option, right? Like,
Sure.
we understood coming off the injury and it would take him some time. But you look at like Shireman last night, like thrust into the duty, and you know what? Shoots the ball well. Creighton kid comes in, plays well. I mean, like, you need players, and just moving McCain. I mean, I don't know if the trade would still be there come before the draft, but man, that was a tough one. That was a tough one.
Yeah, and when he's hitting big shots on national TV and people are watching him come off pin downs, and Gilgeous-Alexander is back and he's shooting 3 feet from behind the 3-point line now, in rhythm, in his shooting pocket, off of a double team from Shea, and just drilling these shots. It only takes 1 3, right? But he has 14 points and helps them beat the Denver Nuggets. You can't help but look at that, especially when we were talking about getting his legs back underneath him, getting back into that form that we saw a season ago in those 23 games where it had everyone excited. It may not have been a perfect match next to Tyrese Maxey, but we're also talking about right now and what you can throw out there and help out. Guess what? They shot poorly. They've been shooting poorly in some of these games. Not to say that he was gonna find his touch, but at least in Oklahoma City he has. And you just don't know if that was going to be the case here in Philadelphia. But would it have been there in June? I believe so. And that's where the frustrating part comes in with Jared McCain.
Yeah, it's interesting because he's made himself like on par with Isaiah Joe. Like, he's eating into Isaiah Joe's minutes.
Right.
And I look at those two, I go, Joe and McCain.
Both of them.
What do they have in common? Draw the parallel line.
Contributing to the best team in basketball.
Right.
Yeah, Isaiah Joe, during the time when Shea Gilgeous-Alexander was out, I believe he was averaging 19 points in the starting role and making about 3 threes per game in that role. And he was a feature of their offense, man. And yeah, it's sad because we always talk about surround them with shooters, and 2 of them right there are helping the best team in the world.
What
One
did they
already
get for
won a championship.
Isaiah Joe again?
It was nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Right.
They waived him.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Is this a
like when you think about that, right? Like, because let's stay there for a second, because it rankles my undercarriage. Okay, it really does.
What's going on under there?
It rankles it. I get
rankles.
a knot. I get a knot. How in the world could you have that little foresight into a player? Like, I got to ask you, like, how are we supposed to reconcile that?
I don't know. I mean, again, this is where the part of the tax comes into it. That's the only reason that Isaiah Joe is not here, and that's now the reason why Jared McCain is not here, because of a bill, right? And if you work around the bill the right way, then you don't have to worry about a tax situation when you have talented shooters like this that were in your organization, under your tutelage, under your player development, and you see where they have gotten better. And I remember the year that Isaiah Joe came into training camp, and he was really digging into some of those guys' minutes at that time. And Doc Rivers was the coach, and he was like, yeah, he is really shooting the ball really well. He's making it tough on some of these players. Now, training camp and preseason were fantastic for him. He took a little bit of a step back when the regular season got underway, out of the rotation for a little bit, and then they waived him. And that was that. And then he goes on to OKC, has done what he has done, got a new contract, has a championship under his belt. And I don't know how this happens, because it's strictly, I think, about the bill. And they are a good front office. They know how to work and crunch the numbers, but the bill got in the way where you let two players out of your organization. And to your point,
I got to cap
got
you on
nothing
how
back.
good you are as a front office if you can't figure out how to protect shooters.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And you take the shooters for a reason. They don't do a lot of other things. Jared McCain, a much better ball handler than Isaiah Joe, but you got them second round pick for Isaiah Joe. The guy could shoot the lights out. You knew what you were getting, right? You didn't spend a lot on him in the first round. You got a second round pick for him. I mean, use a second round pick on him. That's not a lot of money. And the guy can shoot. And you see it around the league where we're always talking about, man, that would be nice to have on this roster, that shooter, from when you look at Boston or OKC or Dallas. When you go to any organization and they have it, and the envy and the jealousy of man, I wish that player was on my team because he can shoot the basketball. Well, you have one that's one of the best in the NBA in Isaiah Joe, and he's no longer here because of a tax bill. So there's that.
With a guy who's owner who's worth $10 billion are worried about a tax bill, it drives me nuts. Hey, I
know.
I haven't
You and
seen,
Derek together.
I haven't seen much of OKC actually playing. I'm looking at the box scores and stuff, but have you seen? Are they doing anything to get McCain a little open? And
I've watched him.
So
but he's playing well.
Is it something that Nurse wasn't able to do while he was here? Or it's just
I just think he's
just getting healthier.
Yeah, he's getting healthier. He looks way more
Healthier.
spry. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he looks a lot more spry. Not doing that many subtle things, VG. I mean, he's still running off those pin downs, those down screens, popping out maybe a second screen. And I even saw one last night in the Sixers game. They got them a wide open three. It was Tyrese Maxey had a wide open three on the left wing in the second half because they had two screens. I think it was Andre Drummond and Trendon Watford, I believe it was. Two screens at the top on the wing that allowed him to spring free for a wide open three. And these are the type of things that you want to see a lot more of from the Sixers. But for Jared McCain in this case, that he was already battling something, which was the knee. Then when he's losing his minutes, so now you're battling the knee, the mental part of that, and the lack of belief from your coaching staff because it's not happening as fast as they would like. The Oklahoma City Thunder, in this case, look, A.J. Mitchell was leading candidate probably for, and most improved player. He gets injured, but they have a ton of guards. So even with Kason Wallace and Alex Caruso and Isaiah Joe and Aaron Wiggins, and Shea was hurt when Jared McCain got there, even with all those players there, they're still, let me see what I have in this player. And the player is showing himself to be pretty good so far early on in the OKC organization. And when he spoke the other day after that, I know you were looking at the box score, and he had a really good game. I think he had 14 points the other day, but he only hit 1 3. But it was still a lot of the trust and allow him to put the ball on the floor, get to his spot, kind of right around that elbow, and hit that fadeaway jumper over the defender that is there in front of him. So you're seeing some of the same things, but he's getting the minutes and he's producing with the minutes. And maybe he just at that point just needed to change. They didn't believe in him. He lost faith in them and their belief that he was going to regain their trust. And now in this new environment, which is a winning environment, they have empowered him to be himself. And that's exactly what he's doing. They're not asking him to go in there and be anything that he's not. And he hasn't done this with Jalen Williams, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander together, all of them. He's done this with the backups of Kason Wallace, Isaiah Joe, all these other players, Lou Dort, and all.
And now
And
all of a sudden,
you're getting good screen setting
right.
from
And now when you get Shea,
Hartenstein and Chet. Yeah, now Shea is back. Right. Yeah.
Because it's got to be more than just he's getting healthy. I mean, it's like 3 days after they trade him, he's getting 20 minutes and putting up double digits with them. So there's something else. I think you're right with the confidence and stuff and just having him get the minutes. But some of it's got to fall on Nurse.
And he also, real fast, he made a point of saying, it's not that I didn't have that in Philadelphia, but I'm certainly getting that here right now with the Oklahoma City Thunder. So, if I find the clip again, I'll send it to you, VG, so you can just hear it, because it was like, wow, okay, exactly
well, if
what we
you're only
thought.
getting 8 minutes and you feel like, oh my God, I missed 2 shots, I'm out, right? Like,
yeah, right. And we were saying it in real time,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Like there was a game.
But because of the roster construction around him, like we talk about right now with Maxey and Edgecombe, you couldn't absorb the things that may have been a mistake from him in those. Well, you could, but they chose not to absorb those mistakes and allow him to that tail, if you will, of fighting through it. And instead, once the trade deadline came, they decided to move on.
All right, let me ask you this, and this is for the last thing, and I'll get both of you guys' answers. What is your confidence? Like when you think about confidence in a general manager. So if I said you had a confidence in Howie, you go, scale of 1 to 10, you're a 9, 10, right? Like you feel like my man's 1, 2, like he knows what's up, and that includes working within constraints. Because Howie has a cap, you have to work within a cap. You have to work. So if your constraint includes attacks, you got to factor that in. Where are we at with the eel?
Probably somewhere around 6, 7. Gave him credit for the McCain pick a year ago because I thought I liked the McCain.
Right, but
I know
you
we
negate
talked
it.
about it, right? Yeah, but you negate that. A Dembona, okay pick, right? But then you go to this year. You get it right with VJ Edgecombe. All 4 of them in the first round, just really good talents. Even Ace Bailey at 5 with Utah, he's going to be fine.
Well,
We'll see him on Wednesday. So, but then you go to the second round, and you guys know it, VGU especially, because we talked about this one night when the tournament was getting ready to start. And Auburn was Auburn, but I was not a Janai Broom NBA fan. I like Dylan Cardwell better as a backup 5 in the NBA.
And look what he's doing. Cardwell's playing.
Yeah, right. And they gave him a standard contract, and I'm happy for him. Janai Broom, it's a shame that he had this meniscus injury now where he had to have surgery, and we'll see when he's reevaluated in a few more weeks of when he's able to get back on the floor. And I hope he gets well. That was the wrong pick. And because you worried about, again, certain numbers, Maxime Reynaud, who was also in that discussion of could he be a player
all he does
that
is
could
put up
not only
numbers in Sacramento. It's crazy. Like, do you see
it's
the numbers he does?
unbelievable, man. Yeah, and it's not even the shooting that we thought it was going to be. It's the other stuff.
He's rebounding.
He's rebounding. Yeah. So and that's where the lack of confidence comes into it. Give him credit for the 2-way players and Dominic Barlow, great call. Same thing with Jabari Walker, getting him on a 2-way deal. I like Tyrese Martin coming in, so I'm curious to see where things go with him if he's around next season taking one of those spots. Marjon Beauchamp, still young. We'll see how it plays out. But you got to get those right. That second-round pick at pick number 34 is an extension of, right, a first-round pick. And Janai Broom has given you nothing, and you've needed front court help all season long, and he is. So that's why I say 6, 7. I don't know where VG is, but I'll say 6, 7 somewhere. Yeah.
I mean, how good would Maxime Reynaud look right now?
He would look really good right now because I think he could also play with Joel Embiid as a stretch 4 from time to time.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
He probably looked terrible in this Nick Nurse system.
Well, he's the other one. If I give you confidence in Nurse,
maybe. Same.
Wow.
Same. Yeah. Same.
So
I mean,
I've
6, 7. You
I
know,
can't go
and
7. I can't go 7. I'm 5'6".
Yeah, I'm a 5.
that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Maybe
I
even
mean,
4.
they have to show it. They have to show it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's and look, here we are, and they're still holding down their 6th spot in the Eastern Conference. But it's all about when we get to the postseason, can they do anything? And if Joel is out there, Paul George is out there, they can certainly compete.
Yeah, but
Let's see what the matchups
but
are.
winning multiple rounds is what's
I
around
know.
those 3. Like those 4.
And it doesn't look
we'll
like
put
it.
Paul George in it.
Right.
Those 4. It's what you did around
Have
those
to.
4. You got those 4. Okay. When they play, when George and Joe are playing with Tyrese and VJ, all right. But it's what you did around them. And that's where Eel fails. And that's the truth. Anyway.
It is.
Hey, can I ask?
Yeah.
Someone pointed this out to me yesterday. NBC's been doing great stuff with the NBA stuff, but they promoting the last night's game during the day on a commercial. They said Celtics, Sixers, 2 franchises that never rebuild, just reload.
That was really
How do you
bad.
put that copy with the team that did the process?
Yeah, that's bad.
That was really bad.
Yeah, that's bad. That's
That was
that's
really
not
bad.
good. My brother,
No.
thank you. We appreciate it, buddy.
Yes, sir. See you guys in a bit.
Here he is. Here's Devon. The Sixers show coming up later. Oof.
What? No, that's not a real reflection of the show. The show's great.
No, I love the Sixers show. No, I get annoyed by them.
Yeah, right after you hype the show.
No. I nothing to do with. I love those. You know, I love those
I'm
guys.
just busting your
I know,
stomach.
but don't bust me like about that. Like, I just get annoyed by them. I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed by what's around because I just think there's wasted opportunities. And I'm watching McCain, and I watch these players around the league, and I go, like, what are you doing?
So you see McCain now, 20 minutes a night, putting up 14, 15. He's worth more than the 26th pick and a bunch of 2s.
Let's take care of some business. What do we got?
Hey, let's talk about Ashley Furniture. I love Ashley Furniture. Now's your chance to transform your home for 2026 with great offers on your favorite looks at Ashley's New Year sale. Discover hot buys for every room in your house starting at just $299, and you can ring in the new year with new styles today and pay over time with 60 months special financing on in-store purchases. Don't miss out. Shop the season's must-have looks at Ashley's New Year's sale because we just love Ashley Furniture. You know that moment. It's that one time you realize you left your favorite sunglasses on the beach, on the roof of your car, at a gas station 3 states away. I've been there. I left my favorite sunglasses in Toronto, and then I was hesitant. I didn't want to bring out my sunglasses. I didn't want to take them on trips with me or do anything with them because I was afraid to lose them. But then everything changed. I found Shady Rays sunglasses because they're seriously good looking. They're made for real life. They're polarized, durable, not stupidly expensive. And check this out. This is totally wild. If you lose or break them on day 1, Shady Rays will send you a brand new pair, a brand new replacement, no guilt trip, just a new pair. So now I wear my sunglasses everywhere without fear. Hikes, concerts, on the boat, wherever. Because Shady Rays is the eyewear that's got your back. We've teamed up with Shady Rays to bring you an exclusive offer. Head over to shadyrays.com and use the code PHLY for 35% off polarized sunglasses. And try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. Hey, let's talk about Ashley Furniture. I love Ashley Furniture. Now's your chance to transform your home for 2026 with great offers on your favorite looks at Ashley's New Year sale. Discover hot buys for every room in your house starting at just $299, and you can ring in the new year with new styles today and pay over time with 60 months special financing on in-store purchases. Don't miss out. Shop the season's must-have looks at Ashley's New Year's sale because we just love Ashley Furniture.
All right, time now for the brain.
Brain. Red the brain. Feinberg.
Brought to us by the Bet Park Sportsbook Online Casino app. He's the ambassador. Good morning, Brain.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Good to see you, buddy. Let's start with the Sixers because Devon was just on, and
Yeah.
you know what's funny? You're a box score head like myself. So Maxime Renaud, I'm watching this kid put up numbers, and he's rebound. We knew he could shoot, but he could rebound, he could alter shots, and you're watching McCain, and you watched Isaiah Joe before that, and you just look at this roster construction, and you just go, what are you doing? Every time I just want to believe it's their mistakes just start to flash in neon.
Yeah, I mean, but look, the thing with Renault, I would say this, but wouldn't Anthony, in fairness, and you're always fair, it's one of the reasons I like you, wouldn't every team be saying that though?
Yeah, but I mean, you need bigs.
No, what I'm saying, though, like
he
he clearly,
was a really good college player.
He would probably go wherever he went in the draft. I don't know where he went in the second round, but he probably would go. And I don't have the draft in front of me. Top 10, if you could redraft today.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I think it's fair to say every team made a mistake passing on.
Yeah, listen, I'm focused on their mistakes, and I just see them time and time again. I just see mistakes, where they have struggled in this whole process has been putting players, building a team, and the right players around their stars. They never build out a team. You watch OKC, you watch the Spurs, you see good teams, and they just can't build a complete team.
Except, I don't remember the year the Raptors won the title. I thought that team was a really good team. I thought that team, the Jimmy Butler team that they lost in that crazy Kawhi shot, they outplayed Toronto in that series. They were the only team that did outplay Toronto. They should have beaten Toronto. They got very unlucky. They lost again, you lose the close games in series. That's what happens. They lost like 3 heartbreaking games instead of winning 6-1.
No, I'm with you on that. But that predates Morey, too.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's very good. Yeah, exactly. Fair point by you, Anthony. But yeah, you're right. Look, since this whole Embiid thing has started, it just hasn't. They've tried. I mean, look, it just hasn't. For whatever reason, it has not come to fruition. But again, I will say this: Edgecombe looks like to me it was the right pick where they took him. But it's a frustrating situation. But Anthony, you know what? I got to be honest. To me, it comes down to this. The Embiid thing, it's so frustrating trying to get behind this team, and just every single day, it's like you just don't know what you're going to get with this guy. It's just, or actually, maybe you do know. He just can't stay on the court. He just can't. So, I mean, I don't know if they just do what the Dallas Mavericks did. And they just said, listen, you know what? Like we can't go forward with this cloud over our head every single game. Is he going to play? Is he not going to play? How hurt is he? You know what I'm saying, Anthony? Because to me, unless
I get it, but again, even if he was healthy, they would be very good.
They're short,
but they're short.
They're short.
They don't have enough.
100%.
Yeah,
Anthony, listen, I agree with you 100%.
It goes back to I'm starting to lose faith in the whole thing. It's just you might just need to clean, fresh start everything. Coach, GM, I mean,
just for the record, Anthony, I actually that's the process I would keep Maxey and Edgecombe.
Right.
But if it was me running the organization, I would. Again, whatever it was for Embiid, whatever that turned out to be his quote unquote value, I would just do again. I would do what the Dallas Mavericks did. The Dallas Mavericks got nothing. We talked about it ad nauseum for Anthony Davis. So they basically we just don't want to see him on the roster. We just don't want him in the building, right? We want to move on from the Luka debacle. It happened. No one's going to feel bad for us, but we're focusing on Cooper Flag. If I was the Sixers, I'd be like, you know what? It was an interesting 10-year run or whatever it was, 12 years, however long he's been here. But it's just I don't want to see him every single day. Is Joel Embiid playing? I would just move on from it, wash my hands of it, and then how do you get? I mean, they took a shot on Paul George. He obviously again when they signed him, I guess that was the moment his career started to finally slow down after 12 All-Star years in a row. I do think there's been some bad luck to it, Anthony, if I'm being objective. Some bad luck. I'm not saying, look, at the end of the day, you got to get it done, and it's a no excuse business. You know that. But I do think some of the stuff has been a little bit unlucky.
What'd you think of? I can't do this anymore. I can't talk about them.
I get it.
What do you think? What'd you think of Painter?
I was not blown away, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah, I was. I mean, I know he didn't give up any hits, but I think he had one strikeout. Am I correct?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Struck out to Domínguez.
Right.
But he got weak
With
contact.
him, and
there was just weak
I have him on my
contact.
fantasy
Agreed.
team. I have this guy. I'm rooting for this guy probably harder than any guy in all of baseball. Before he got hurt, it seemed like to me, and again, I'm just a guy sitting in the chair here. I'm not a scout, but it seemed like to me, Anthony, I'm not going to say Paul Skeens, but it seemed like he was the best pitching prospect in the league and was this dominant guy. They could have come up whenever they wanted them to, but they just wanted to treat him with kid gloves. And then he comes with obviously the bad injury. And it just seems like to me, again, maybe I'm putting too much into last year's 5.65 ERA in the minors, but I don't know. I'm rooting for the guy very, very hard. I hope it works out. I mean,
I'll tell you,
we'll see.
I hear you. I hear you on the fence like this, and I hear you. I'll just tell you, I thought he looked good, and he threw 97. He got weak contact. Like when you induce weak contact.
That's all you can ask for.
I know. Listen, I get it. We all look at strikeouts per innings, like it's always a big deal. But I look at hits per inning too, and that's another.
No, it's true. It's fair.
And he threw 20 pitches, 16 strikes. And again,
that was the thing last year. His command was bad. Like he said, the thing he struggled with the most was getting his ability to control his pitches.
Yeah,
just I guess from the layoff or whatever it was. So, look, to me, in my opinion, I think he's the most in some ways because I trust Luzardo and Sanchez will be very, very good. Wheeler, you just have to assume hope that he is too. But if they can get Painter to be good, then everything I said about liking the Phillies under goes out the door to me. Because if they can get him to be really good, then this team can be potentially a World Series team if he can be really, really good the way they thought he was before he had his bad injury.
Hey, we got a tournament coming up. Anything strike your fancy? Your Michigan Bulls.
Yeah, it's funny, Anthony. I do like. God, man, I'll tell you what. For anyone listening on my pick Saturday with Villanova, whoo! If I'm going to be wrong, be wrong. I was really surprised how bad Villanova looked on the side note against St. John's. That was just one of those days. But look, interesting game. Iowa State is playing now. I did have Texas Tech against Iowa State, and Texas Tech wins outright. I mean, who needs Toppin, right? They haven't lost without him. But I think 8.5 points is too high against Arizona. I think Iowa State is a good team. I think they're a legitimate top 10 team. 8.5 is a big, big, big number. I'm not picking Iowa State to win the game, but I am saying I think it stays very, very close throughout. And with 5 minutes to go, I think they'll have a chance to win it. I'll take 8.5 there. I bet that game pretty big today. I thought that line should have been closer to 6. So I like Iowa State getting 8.5. I think I'm getting 2.5 extra points on what it should be.
There you go. What a big Monday comes.
I'm Mr. Arizona, but I agree with you. They're down
It's
to
just-
7.
it's- Arizona's
7.5
really
now
good.
on Bet Parks.
Oh, 7. Okay, yeah, I did grab 8.5, but yeah, even 7.5, I still like it. Again, I thought the line should have been closer to 6. So I think any kind of thing you're getting over 6 is some edge. It's funny though. I got to ask you guys a question. What I'm going to looking to do is I've only bet 2 teams to win the total. I bet Duke and Michigan. I really think one of the number one. Usually you bet like Bet Parks up. Will number 1 seed win the title? I actually think really this year a number 1 seed will win the title because you're going to get Duke, you're going to get Michigan, you're going to get Arizona, and you're probably going to get Florida.
Yeah.
I think there's a really, really strong chance one of the number 1 seeds wins the title this year. For a while, I thought there was a lot of parity, but not right so much to me right now.
No,
I think
it's
one of
top
these
heavy.
teams.
It's top heavy.
I think it's top heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're going to get that last seed. You're going to get like
Dude,
UConn
Michigan,
or
I know
Florida,
Duke
but
beat
I'll
them.
pick either one.
And I know Duke beat them, I watched them, but Michigan to me is still the best team in the country.
I agree. They lost Kason, who's been really good for them. But the thing about Michigan, which is really strong, and their depth is phenomenal. They really went 9 deep. So now they're going to be 8 deep. But that was an unfortunate loss. He was shooting 40% from 3. He's been a really good role player for them. Played about half the game. But again, I think it's going to be Michigan. I really do. But to me, Michigan, Duke, I take your pick. But I do think a number 1 seed. Maybe even be right now on the bet park side. I got to check it out. But I really think that's something is going to be a pretty good bet because I think there's a very strong chance that one of these number 1 seeds wins it.
There he is, the brain with the daily grind. Anything else?
I did bet Kevin Porter Jr., Anthony, over 6.5 assists. He's averaging about 8 assists in his last 20 games. 8. They made it 6.5. He's 16-4 to that over. This number should have been 7.5. Like juice to the over. Okay. 6.5 juice to the over. Yeah, this is the bet to me that wins. I think this bet wins 2 out of 3 times. I think it's a pretty strong play. That number is off. Kevin Porter, Milwaukee Bucks, over 6.5 assists.
All right, Brain. Thank you, buddy. We appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys both.
There he is, the Brain, checking in. All right, let's take care of some business, and then we got Corey coming up to talk Painter. I'm pumped up for Painter, man.
Yeah, screw Brain, whatever he says.
I got to tell you.
I don't Brain today.
I'm painted up.
Yeah.
I gotta have the Phillies.
Sorry, he didn't look like Skeens on his first action.
Well,
coming off Tommy John.
Yeah.
Sorry, Brady.
Yeah.
Sorry, he wasn't
I
102
think he was looking at.
crazy
I think he was
movement.
looking at strikeouts. Mm-hmm. He only saw the 1 strikeout. We'll get to Corey coming up because I liked what I saw yesterday. I watched the 2 innings and I liked it. All right, let's talk about the Bet Park Sportsbook. Let's actually talk about Parks Casino. Street Road Bed Salem, the mecca of entertainment right here in the Delaware Valley. That's right, a great place for night headline and award-winning dining and girls' night out and guys' night out and date night. Can't beat Parks Casino. How about this entertainment? The Gene Simmons Band, July 24th. Andrew Dice Clay, May 16th. Jack and Jill went up the hill. Oh! June 12th, Paul McCartney Live. Tribute to Paul McCartney. Tracy Morgan coming up March 14th in a couple weeks. You got Cheap Trick April 3rd. April 18th, Melissa Etheridge. The Wallflowers May 14th. Big spring at Parks Casino. How about it? You got to love it.
Heavy hitters.
Yeah, even in the fall, Grand Funk Railroad, November 13th. ParksCasino.com to buy tickets for all shows, plus to have a great time. Check it out. You got to be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Parks Casino. This is how you win.
Attention homeowners. It's time to make your home work smarter, not harder. With a TrueMark Financial home equity line of credit, you can tap into your home's equity to handle renovations, upgrades, or whatever's next on your list. Do a man cave, pay off some high-interest debt. A TrueMark Financial HELOC Select gives you the flexibility to borrow when you need it on your own timeline. You start with a revolving line of credit, use only what you need, and when you're ready, you can lock in all or part of your balance at a fixed rate for those predictable payments. You only pay interest on what you use, and as you pay it back, that credit becomes available again. No reapplying, no extra steps. With competitive rates compared to most unsecured loans and flexible repayment options, this could be a smart move for your home and, more importantly, your wallet. Learn more about TrueMark Financial's home equity line of credit at TrueMark.com or stop by one of their 24 branch locations to get started. TrueMark Financial, they are federally insured by the NCUA. They are an equal opportunity lender, NMLS 404938.
All right, let's talk Phils. I've been waiting for this. All right.
Is he down there?
He just got back.
Oh.
He just got back. And he's I love Corey. I do. I love talking baseball with Corey. Joining us on the Xfinity mobile call-in line, our friend does a great job covering the Phils. Corey Seidman. You got to get Corey an intro.
My first question is going to be, what's his music vibe? What kind of music you jam to, Corey?
Well, it's interesting that you asked that because I'm a huge Iron Maiden guy, so I really like the shirt there. I've probably seen him about a dozen times over the years. So maybe a little Blood Brothers from Brave New World. I don't know.
We're going to go in the lab, maybe crack out a little Maidenish kind of intro.
Well, that's right up VG's alley, mate.
Yeah, let's go. All right, that'll be a fun project.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Core, I liked Painter. I like what I saw. I thought, you know what? He induced weak contact. He got up to 90, average around 97, got up to close to 98, scraped it, and I thought his command was good. Obviously, much better than it was last year, the end of last year. So again, it's the first outing. I think they over scrutinize it, but I liked it in general.
Yeah, I mean, a couple things stuck out to me. One, there was a lot of late explosion on his fastball. It was 97, but it played up higher than 97, and you just base that on the hitter's swings. I mean, the guys were getting jammed. They were making weak contact, a couple soft pop-ups, a ground out. I heard you guys talking to Brad a little bit earlier, and yeah, Painter only had the one strikeout, but that's because all three batters he faced in the second inning were 2-pitch at-bats. They were making outs early in counts. Threw 6 different pitches, four-seam fastball, sinker, sweeper, and slider, which are 2 different pitches for him. Also the changeup and curveball. I thought it was funny that JT Realmuto joked after he exited that Painter was almost like too efficient. They didn't get a chance to work on enough of his repertoire because he was getting out so quickly. But what really stuck out to me was the way that the fastball exploded on hitters late. It reminded me of like Zach Wheeler. When he throws 95, sometimes it looks way harder than 95 because of the way it finishes. And that perceived velocity versus actual velocity, that matters. And you just base it on the hitter's swings. 5 out of the 6 hitters that Painter faced were lefties, so that was a good sign that he was able to command the baseball to them. First inning, he missed high on a couple pitches, which you expect because he was probably really amped up. First start in 3 years, but then once he settled in, looked really good. And there's a huge degree of variance with what Painter might be able to provide for the Phillies this year. But we also see every year that there are young pitchers who come in and establish themselves pretty quickly. The Phillies are not relying on him to be their ace. They're kind of gradually moving him in at the back of the rotation. That's a perfect spot to ease a guy into the majors.
Dude, I couldn't agree with you more. The late run on the fastball, that's big. Like, that's tough. That's tough because when you can't barrel up like that, that's a big deal. Again,
this is a real baseball man. We had Brad. This is what I wanted to hear. A real baseball guy breaking this down.
That's right.
No, a prop better.
That's
Stick
right.
to the prop bets.
Right.
He's great at the prop bets.
Right.
Don't analyze the pitching.
And
you know what, though? A couple years ago, when Painter started in 23, he was throwing 99. But to me, what he was doing yesterday looked the exact same. The 97 looked like the 99 from 2023.
Do you think, and again, here's the other thing. When we're looking at first start for the spring, right? Like, I see all these people talking about a slider and revolutions and everything. I'm like, well, just relax. Like, you got to give this kid time through the spring before we overanalyze stuff. You know better than anybody. When you're just getting stretched out like this, you're first of all, the first start is just feeling the mound again, right? Like, in a real game. You're not just throwing. This is a real game. You got to feel it. You're going through the motions. You're putting your uniform on. It's a real game. It's first pitch. It's all that stuff. You're just getting reacclimated to it.
Yeah, a lot of pitchers, their first spring start is just working on fastball command, getting a feel for their pitches. So I wouldn't be concerned about like the revolutions of his slider. I'd be focusing more on the fact that he threw one slider and one sinker, and they were both very effective. I think they both resulted in outs. So we saw a little glimpse yesterday that he has 6 different weapons. He's not going to have all 6 every single start, but that's a lot of different pieces that he can choose from that JT Realmuto is going to be able to work with Painter on. I know that he had the high ERA last year at AAA, and what Painter has talked about is that he was falling behind in too many counts, then having to come over the middle. And when you're coming over the middle, I don't care if you're throwing 97, 99, you're going to get hit. He allowed a lot of home runs. And that last year was the most hittable year of his life at any level. I think his opponents hit like 285, something like that. And that is not what you expect out of Andrew Painter. He's still so young. Like, when he was first competing for that number 5 spot, he was 19 years old. So even if he debuts this year at 22, that's still pretty damn young.
Yeah, man. Like we get goofy with this stuff sometimes. I mean, you know.
I thought Sunday was a big day for the Phillies because you had like a piece of their future showing what he's got. You have a huge piece of their present, Zach Wheeler throwing the bullpen session that went well. So now he's 2 bullpen sessions in. So from a pitching perspective, things are going pretty nicely for the Phillies here early in camp.
Yeah, because if you get Wheeler back by May, let's say early May, you got Wheeler back, right? Now all of a sudden, Sanchez, Luzardo, now you're going to insert Wheeler, right? You get if you get Painter, right? You have Nola 4-5. Nola looked fine Friday, right? Like you felt good about Nola.
Yeah, I mean, he had more velocity than he usually does early in the spring. He said that he long tossed throughout the offseason, which he usually does not do. And so that probably got him to camp in a little bit better shape. The guys who were leaving for the World Baseball Classic altogether seemed like they arrived at camp more ready to go. Walker's pitching there. Nola's going to pitch for Italy. Christopher Sanchez for the Dominican Republic. They all kind of look locked in their first start. But yeah, when Wheeler gets back, this looks like one of the top 5, top 3 rotations in all of baseball. A healthy Wheeler and Sanchez. I can't think of a 1-2 on any team that I would put ahead of that.
And I'm a Luzardo guy. I love the Lizard.
Yeah. I mean, Luzardo might he might get a $200 million contract after this season based on how he performs. So that's a pretty damn good number 3 to have as well. And with Wheeler, he might be back before May. I mean, the first bullpen session, we were doing the math down there, like the first bullpen session, he said pretty much, it started the 6-week clock for him that starting pitchers typically need in spring training. If you do the math from April 9th when he threw that first bullpen, or from the date of that first bullpen session, 6 weeks is April 9th, which is like the Phillies' 4th series of the season. He could be back in mid-April if everything goes well. And then it's a great problem to have. If you have a healthy rotation that he returns to, probably slot out either Painter or Walker. Curious to see how that shakes out.
All right, let's talk about some of the position guys. I want to start with Stott because the 2 home runs, it was so interesting that he goes oppo, first one in 2 years, or it was 3 years, and he went the other one, he's got the center field. And he's making really just great contact. He said he switched up a little bit in his approach. What did you learn about Stott? Because he looks great.
Yeah, he's off to a very hot start, and this is a huge season for him because he remains an elite defensive second baseman, but he has not hit the way he did in 2023 the last 2 years. And I don't even think he needs to be like a 300 guy. I don't think he needs to be a 370 OBP guy or a 20 home run guy. He just needs to do what he did in 2023. He had 280, 329 OBP. That has a lot of value if it comes with speed and defense in like the 7th spot in your lineup. Sometimes he gets pull happy, and that's when he gets into trouble because his natural swing is going up the middle, going the other way. So when he's focused that way, that tells you that he's locked in. And if he can be a actual offensive piece this season, it would give the Phillies chances throughout the season to maybe lead him off or bat him second at times and maybe push their other run-producing guys into more run-producing traditional spots like the 3 and 4 spot, as opposed to having to go like Turner, Schwarber, Harper, 1, 2, 3. So Stott is a crucial piece for the Phillies. Guys like him and Alec Bohm, they're getting closer to free agency. Bohm's a free agent after this season. Stott is a free agent after next season. So they're at a point now where they really need to prove it to the team they're on and for their baseball future.
Yeah, I still hate doing the Harper, Schwarber. I'd like to break them up, but I mean, I think it's probably your best option.
These days teams value most getting their best players the most plate appearances. So I think like when you start to think about, okay, could Stott lead off? Well, do you want like the 6th or 7th best hitter on your team to lead the team in plate appearances? Probably not. That's why the Phillies are so gung-ho about, Turner, Schwarber, and Harper batting in the first inning. But really, if you could just put one more guy who's an OBP speed guy ahead of them, it could really push this offense forward. Whether that's Justin Crawford, too. It could be Justin Crawford in the 9th spot as well.
Well, if to your point, VG brought this up earlier, like if you got Stott really hitting, right? So it's to the point where he hit leadoff, and you got Turner, Harper, and then Schwarber protecting Harper, and Garcia, who I think could hit 5th and give you a 5, right? Like give you. I don't know what you saw of Garcia. I'm curious, but I'm hopeful with him. And then all of a sudden, like you said, Crawford 9. I mean, you're that's extended the lineup.
Yeah, I can't. Not in this DH era have the Phillies had like a 9 and 1 that has a chance to be that dynamic with like a Crawford and Turner. in terms of Adolis Garcia, there was one at bat that stuck out to me. It was Saturday in Dunedin against the Blue Jays. Garcia was facing Dylan Cease in the first inning. Phillies had a pretty good day against Dylan Cease, and Garcia just waited him out. He was a long at bat. I think he ended up singling or walking, but it just struck me that there were a couple pitches in that at bat he usually swings at that he did not on that day. And that's the key for him. He can't be expanding the zone, can't be swinging at that fastball that's well high above the zone or the slider that's way down and away. Obviously, he's built like a Greek god or something, man. He is jacked. You see where he drives all that power from because his legs are enormous. And, he's already fit in pretty well to this clubhouse, like laughing and joking around. Him and Edmundo Sosa are close buddies. There was a good story in the Inquirer about that. But Garcia is a huge X factor for this team because, like, if he gives you 25 and 90, 28 and 90, something like that, then that's a hell of a lot more than Max Kepler gave you last year in that same spot,
Oh, my God, it would be huge. And I think he can get back there. I mean, 2 years ago when that Texas lineup was rolling and you had, Seager and Semien and Garcia was the run producer on that team.
And he had way more protection back then than he did last year with the Rangers. That lineup was not very good last year, and he had to do too much. I think there were times in the year he got demoted to like the 8 or 9 spot because he was slumping so much. But he's one of the guys that can be rejuvenated by that move. And when you come into a clubhouse that's laden with veterans and guys who have won, it inspires everybody, whether it's the young guys or the veterans just joining the team.
So let's go. Let's talk about Bohm, because I had a question earlier for the Daily Five, and are we too hard on Bohm? Do we expect too much out of Bohm because he's not a number 4 hitter, because he's better suited 6'7"? Do you think that's accurate?
I do kind of think that's accurate. I mean, if he was batting 6 or 7 his whole time here, there probably wouldn't be as much negativity as there have been at points, because you think back to last year, he started the year 9 for 60 and everybody was talking about, oh man, this guy can't hit. What's wrong with this guy? He finished at 287. Yet I bet you more people remember the slow start than the fact that he finished at 287. He still doesn't hit for as much power as you'd like from a corner infielder. It's always seemed like there's been more in the tank there. There was the spring a couple of years ago where he showed up and he had put on like 12 to 15 pounds of muscle, and you're thinking, okay, maybe this gets him to like the 25, 27 home run range, but that's just not his swing. His swing is line drive, gap to gap, using all field. Doesn't walk a lot because he makes so much contact early in counts. Also doesn't strike out a lot because of that. I don't think we're going to see a different Alec Bohm this year. I think you're going to see the player that he's always been, which is that like 280 to 290 bat who can really be money for you with runners in scoring position or with runner on third and less than 2 outs. Like this entire lineup, he's prone to slumps. That's most of baseball, but you could certainly do worse. I think the reason that there's been negativity around him is because as his salary has risen and as he's become more important, it hasn't been like a straight line of increased production. And when you think about the lack of protection or the lack of right-handed protection behind the Phillies' 2 slugging lefties, he's not the ideal guy. You would ideally have a Bo Bichette, a guy who can do it all, who can hit for average and hit for power. But Bohm, when a guy's going into a contract year, it's a big deal because he needs to not only do this for the Phillies, but he needs to get a multi-year deal out of this. So like he's going to want to be at his best, and so I'm curious to see what we see out of Alec Bohm.
Well, you just touched on something because it does kind of concern me about how does he navigate the contract year? Because if there's a knock on him, VG brought up earlier, it's like, how's his head when it comes to that?
Well, I see a guy who has a really good head on his shoulders at this point. Maybe at points earlier in his career, he was more emotional and it would have affected him more, but he kind of just lets everything roll off his back at this point. And I don't think that that's fake. I don't think he's just pretending. He has dealt with trade rumors 2 off seasons in a row, and he's kind of at the point now where it's just like, whatever, I'm only going to control what I can control. If they trade me, they trade me. If I'm back, I'm back. I love being here. So I see a kid that's consistently grown up throughout his time here, and having to spend the beginning part of your career in this type of media market and deal with all that scrutiny, this can prepare him better for the rest of his baseball career. And yeah, I do think that there's a component of Phillies fans being a little bit too hard on him just because he's not the ideal classic corner infielder with power.
Hey, Corey, the one concerning thing, I mean, he's not going to hit home runs. If he hits 20, it'll be a great season for him. But 2 years ago, he had 44 doubles. Last year, he had 18. Do you think
Yeah.
if he puts up 40 doubles, it's a much better season, it feels like, with Bohm. Do you think he can get to that, back to that?
I mean, 44 was when you looked at him when he first came up to majors. That's what he looked like. He looked like a 40 double guy. And then last season, the quality of contact, especially in the first half, just was not there. I certainly think he can get back to 30, 35 doubles, somewhere around there. And the Phillies need that. They can't be having Alec Bohm with 18 doubles at the end of the season and like 10 home runs, especially if he's in the 4 spot or even the 6 spot.
Yeah, no, you can't have that at all. How's Marsh look to you?
We didn't see much. Well, I didn't see much of him this week when I was down there because he injured his hand on a sliding drill. I think it was last Tuesday. So he was dealing with some inflammation in that hand. And the Phillies' plan is to get him into a game tomorrow in Port Charlotte, which is a couple hours away from Clearwater. But Rob Thompson said that he did ideally want Marsh to make that trip. We'll see if he's in the lineup tomorrow. But yeah, he's only played 1 game so far in Grapefruit League play. He is a very important player. You know, they're talking about potentially platooning Otto Kemp with him in left field. It's like every year we go through this where the Phillies talk about, we want to have Marsh hit some play against more lefties, and then it never really materializes because they have better options. But look, if he's just playing left field against right-handed pitching, there's value there. You know, he can hit 270. He's a good defensive corner outfielder, much better than he is in center field. So, you know, that's another guy that 5, 6, 7, whether that's, you know, whether the 4, 5, 6 is like Bohm, Marsh, Garcia, however it shakes out.
JT.
Those guys need JT as well. Those guys need to be the bridge, you know, between like getting it to the bottom where you have the speed with Crawford and back up to the top. Like there needs to be a threat in there, multiple threats in there. And I thought JT actually, really interesting comment he made yesterday on the broadcast when he came out of the game, that he feels like last season he just spent way too much time in pull mode, and it took him too long to realize that my natural swing is to right and right center, and that's when I'm most effective. So, you know, he did not have a good offensive year last year. His OPS decreased each of the last 4 seasons, but there's still something in there. There's still something in the tank offensively for JT.
Someone we haven't seen is Adam Miller. What's up with his back?
Yeah, I talked to him last week in the middle of the week, just went over to see how he was doing, and he was in a very good mood, good spirits, but he admitted that like he's been trying to keep his mind from just spiraling and thinking about, man, when am I going to be able to get into a game? It has to be a little bit of a concern right now. I'm not saying it's a major concern, but he missed the final weekend of the AAA season last year because he was dealing with lower back soreness, and now he's dealing with lower back soreness again. His comment to me was, I hope to get into a game by the end of camp. So that kind of tells you where he's at right now. There's still, 3 more weeks to go in camp, and he's hoping to get into a game by the end. All he was doing as of Saturday was playing catch. So he is definitely behind. And, you know, still, this is a guy who is just, you know, has the chance to be elite, like an elite left side of the infield player. And, you know, if he's not ready to go the first week of the season or the second week of the season, it's not the end of the world. The Phillies are going to be careful with him. It's just something to monitor going forward, because ideally, a guy that young, like 21 years old, you don't want him dealing with back pain already.
Sounds like extended spring.
Could be. You know, he could stay down there to get some more work. But it's not like he was going to crack the opening day roster. It's not like he was going to be up in the majors early this season anyway. So that's not the end of the world. I mean, there's still going to be a ton of time for him to get his development at AAA. And he was just, I mean, he was amazing last year from August 1st on. At AA, at AAA, more walks than strikeouts, and the high quality of contact. So still very excited about Aiden Miller. He just needs to get himself on the field.
Yeah, to me, I know people are talking, well, maybe we'll see Aiden Miller by May or June. It's like, listen, you got to give Bohm a lot of rope. Bohm's you're going to be your guy, unless something happens, gets hurt, or unless he's just, you know, awful. But you're going to give him extended periods. So I'm not even looking at Aiden Miller for, you know, break glass before September.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, I think that he will get some reps in September if he's healthy. But the only way I see him getting up before then is if he's hitting 360 in the minors, and just absolutely knocking the door down to a point where you just can't deny it.
Yes.
I agree. He had mentioned or reminded the coaching staff that he had played, I think, outfield in high school. Have you heard? Well, do you think he'll see any time when he gets healthy in the outfield in the minors?
Aiden Miller?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. They're going to keep him at shortstop and get him some reps at third base in case he needs to slot into that position next year for Bohm. But they see him as a left side of the infield guy, shortstop, third base.
Yeah.
I think he's only played shortstop at this point in the minors, but there will be more. There was expected to be more third base in spring training. He hasn't been able to play, but I would expect that they're going to get him some reps there at AAA as well, just because that's most likely going to be his position in 2027.
So what else did you see down there? Anything else strike your fancy? Will give you the raised eyebrow?
I'll tell you, Justin Crawford, just walking through the clubhouse, looks like a big leaguer. He has like the size of a big leaguer, and he seems like he already belongs, just the way he interacts with his teammates. It stuck out to me how like incredible Christopher Sanchez looked over the weekend. I mean, he faced some really good hitters, Springer and Guerrero and Alejandro Kirk. He threw 7 changeups. They were all swinging strikes. He was just amazing. And I mean, I just see a guy who continuously gets better and better. I asked him when he came out of that game, I was like, all right, 202 innings last year with a 2.50 ERA. What's the goal this year? Like, how do you push it forward this year? And his response was that he just needs to prove to himself that he can do that multiple years in a row. So that stuck out to me. The Phillies have a lot of interesting relievers as well. You look at like Jonathan Boland, who has that big fastball that he can really throw up in the zone. We saw Brad Keller for the first time this past week. Both of those guys have 5-6 pitch mixes, which you don't often see out of the bullpen. JT made a comment to me like, it's good. Yeah, JT made a comment to me like, that's going to be a lot of fun to work with, being able to call those different pitches for guys. Tanner Banks has gotten better each season he's been here. Jose Alvarado, you're going to have back. And Duran, we haven't even seen yet. And you know what he can do. So I think the bullpen has a chance to be really, really good. Different looks, different pitch mixes, guys who haven't won before who are excited to join this team. So that's a unit to be pretty excited about in my estimation.
Yeah, I think the same thing, man. My man, I can't wait, brother. I'm looking forward to it. It's got that, we're going to get better weather by the end of the week, and then we're going to start to feel it. I mean, I don't know. I'm excited. I'm optimistic about them. Again, I still think their rotation is going to be really good. Like, to me, I banked this season on their pitching, bullpen, rotation is just going to carry them. And I think you're going to, Bryson Schwarber and Turner, like, they're going to do their thing. You'll get some contributions, Crawford, like you said. But ultimately, I think they're a pitching-led team.
Yeah, I mean, barring a series of catastrophes, I still see this as like a 92 to 96 win team. And then whatever happens in the playoffs happens. If the Phillies were to get to October with a healthy Wheeler, Sanchez, Luzardo, I still think that gives them a chance against any team, including the vaunted Dodgers. And, to your point, Anthony, about it being that time of year where it gets more exciting. Also for baseball fans, it's great that the World Baseball Classic is going to be starting, on March 6th, because that is like having a World Series in March. A lot of these guys treat that like the World Series, the guys from the Dominican Republic and Venezuela. So it's going to be a lot of juice before the regular season even begins.
Well, I covered back in another life, I covered the Caribbean World Series. That stuff was awesome. Like, they hate each other. Those countries, guys, like the Venezuelans hate the Cubans, and the Cubans hate the Dominican Republic guys, and the Mexican guys. Like, it's awesome. Like, it's fierce. It's great stuff.
Yeah, it's funny you bring that up, because my dad spends the winters in Puerto Rico, and he is obsessed with it. Probably more obsessed with the Caribbean series than like anybody that I know. And I get texts every day about, oh, this big leaguer did this big leaguer did that. So yeah, that's
Did you ever go down?
It's definitely a lot. What's that?
Did you ever go down?
No, I haven't been yet. No.
You would go nuts. Like, it was the first time, what's the soccer noisemakers?
I don't know what's called, a Vizaloo.
The Vuvuzelas?
Yes. That was the first time I heard those, because they're throughout the ballpark, and it's just loud and dancing and music, and it's an assault on the senses. I don't know if you've ever been to Japan. I've never done it, and it's one I want to do. But the Japanese, the way they watch baseball, same thing. It's just like a lot of life to it. And it's like that at the Caribbean World Series.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's like almost entering a different world. Baseball's not played the same everywhere. I know out in Japan and Korea, like, offensive guys have totally different mindsets, more about like slap hitting and less about power. That's kind of the beauty of baseball. Every stadium's different, and it's really played differently all around the world.
Yeah, it's cool. All right, I got to ask you one question. So it's off of our daily 5 questions. Your birthday, you get to eat whatever you want from wherever you want. What is it?
Now, I grew up in Northeast Philly, and there was this pizzeria, Angelo's, not the Angelo's that everybody knows in the city, but I, to this day, am still obsessed with their chicken marsala. It's better than any that I've gotten anywhere else, and it's like the only place where I'll get it from. Still, like, make that drive once every couple of weeks to go up there. So I'm going chicken marsala from Angelo's Ristorante for my May 15th birthday meal.
There it is, coming up. You got a little Angelo's on your day next 2 months, ready to go. I like it.
Sir.
Little chicken marsala. Core, fun, man. Always great hanging with you.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, Anthony. I can't wait for the season to start, man. It's going to be a blast.
Do
it.
All right. Thanks, brother. There he is,
you.
Corey Seidman on the Xfinity mobile call-in line. I love him. He's good. He's terrific. All right. Coming up, we got Nugs of the day. I need some more of your answers for the Daily 5. We'll get back to that. VG will relay them from the chat.
No, I'm looking up Angelo's Ristorante.
Oh, yeah, a little marsala accent.
I've been here on the Philmont Shopping
You're
Center.
Northeast, man.
Yeah, I've been here.
You know, you got to do it. Still lots to do the Nugs and back in the day, you name it. But first, a word from our friends. You ever have one of those days you're running so much you realize you forgot to eat? Well, that's why I've been loving what Wawa's doing these days. Wawa now has $5 deals all day long. Honestly, it makes life so much easier. You're starting early. You grab the $5 big breakfast meal deal. We're talking breakfast sandwich, hash brown, any size hot or iced coffee. That's a full morning win for $5, 5 to 11. Then later in the day, the value keeps rolling. Crispy chicken sandwich created your way, $5. And they even got new teriyaki recipes. Love the teriyaki for a limited time. It's real food, real value, built for busy days. No planning, no overthinking. Swing in, grab what you need, and keep it moving. Start your day strong. Fuel up whenever you need Wawa's $5 deals. Limited time, exclusive supply. See Wawa.com for details. Gotta have Wawa. Hey, we're from Philadelphia. We know that pests don't knock. They just show up. Human or the kind that you really skeeve, the roaches and rats. And that's why we got to go to Evans Pest Control. Evans, you want trustworthy pest control company? I give you Evans Pest Control. They're not some giant national chain. They're family-owned, community-focused pest control company right here in the Philadelphia area. They've been earning the trust of our neighborhoods for years. All right, Evans Pest Control uses state-of-the-art equipment, safe and effective treatment options. Their techs go through continuous training, so they're equipped to handle anything. Rodents, insects, termites, even bed bugs. They've offered priority services and consultations, which is huge when you have a problem with pests. We don't like pests. We scheme them. We know it here at PHLY. My house, I don't trust it just anybody. Visit evanspestmgmt.com. That's evanspestmgmt.com. Evans Pest Control. Ooh. By the way, did you... Yeah, I know the fire engines are going.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Something going.
Down 10th Street. Rolling down 10th Street.
Like 12 deep, sounds like.
Eagles hired Gerard Johnson.
I wanted to talk to you about this.
So the Texans quarterbacks coach.
Yeah.
They brought him in.
Just worry you?
Worry me why?
Well, CJ Stroud has looked worse the last 2 years.
Right.
He's his quarterback's coach. We had Brain tell us the last time we saw him that if he would have spiked the ball every play, he'd have a higher QB rating than he had in that game.
Well, that game,
It's the worst game he's ever seen.
Right.
And the last time we saw him as he walked off the field, we had Troy Aikman say, CJ Stroud had a great first year, but his play has basically fallen off a cliff the last 2 years, and someone needs to figure out why.
Yeah.
And then the Eagles bring in his quarterback coach?
Well, again, I mean, you got to know I don't know what happened. Does it worry me that he brought him in? He's going to be, I'm just texting with EJ, he's going to be a consultant. His role is a consultant, something minor.
So he's not the quarterback's coach.
No.
Okay.
No, they already hired that. But
Who'd they hire for the quarterback's coach?
here you go. So EJ's 3 Eagles, untouchable Eagles. Quinyon, Cooper, Lane / Mayalata.
All right.
So I kind of see it similarly.
Well, yeah, I'd go probably Lane.
Well, if you looked at the 3 most untouchable Eagles, it would convey the future. So that's where Jordan would come in, right?
Yeah, I'm still good with my 3.
You went Devontae.
Yeah.
What did most people say?
Some people, I got to scroll back. It was the 3 most popular were Q, Coop, and Carter by far.
Right. By the way, Parks Frazier is their quarterback's coach right now.
Okay.
So Gerard Johnson comes in as a, consultant type of thing. I don't know. I mean, obviously Stroud was horrible last year. He was actually a little bit better. He actually was. He wasn't horrible. He was horrible in the playoffs. He was horrible with when they didn't protect him, he was horrible. He had moments where he looked pretty good.
He's a great receiver too.
Yeah. But you'd ask me.
Yeah, it's just Aikman's commentary on his play over the last 2 years is pretty harsh. And then it's like, oh, you're going to bring in that quarterback coach? That's who we're going to bring in to do what?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. No, I mean, I get it. But, sometimes you just can't damn a guy because the player, I mean, the protection was a big part of that last year in the playoffs. So, is what it is. All right. We got some nugs. VG's nugs. And I want to get back to the 5. Okay.
VG's nugs. It's just time for VG's nugs. VG's nugs.
So before we get to an actual, I got to say, I went to the Catholic League, the city championship game. Imhotep versus Father Judge. Imhotep wins. Packed stadium, sold out. And jammed in front of us on the little benches is a kid. He looked like he was like 15. Shirt, tie, blazer, has his laptop out, tracking everything. And I see him tweeting. So, I peek over, see him tweet. So I check him out. Kid's name is Ryan Sullivan. He's at St. Joe's Prep. He's part of their sports broadcast team.
Yeah, Ryan.
And he also is a co-owner. He started his own PCL, Philadelphia Catholic League Sports Network. Kid's a grinder. So I'm just saying, if you like our conversations about the Catholic League, give this kid a follow because he was grinding it out, hustling.
That kid's awesome. In fact,
Awesome.
Danny sent me some of his stuff.
Yeah,
I love.
Because I was texting with Danny, and I was like, "Yo, Danny?" And he's like, "Oh, that's my guy." And I was like, "Oh, I love your shirt and tie." And he says, "Gotta keep it fresh."
Yeah, he's a great kid.
Yeah,
sharp kid.
Yeah,
Sharp
so
kid.
it's the PCL Sportsnet on Twitter, and his handle is Ryan Sully, SULLI Sports. Kid's hustling, wants to go to Syracuse, become a broadcaster.
Yeah, he's awesome. The kid.
Yeah,
I love the kid.
Like this guy's.
He's a Delco kid.
Is he?
Yeah.
Your man, Donovan McNabb. He ranked the 4 Eagles Mount Rushmore quarterbacks, and in order.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we got video. Oh yeah.
So he did it.
So
for his Mount Rushmore.
Yes. Do you think he's on it?
Yeah, he's probably put himself first.
Maybe.
That'd be my guess.
You might be right. He's got one guy who surprised me.
I would have him third.
Here he goes.
Mount Rushmore of Eagles quarterbacks. First, I have to start with myself. Secondly, Randall Cunningham. Third, I would say probably Ron Jaworski. And fourth, I'll say Jalen.
Wow.
Joel's third. No Nick Foles.
Wow. I have to tell you.
Maybe I'll throw Jalen in a
think
4.
I got to go Jalen 1.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yes.
I mean, I don't know. The guy played the best. I think Randall.
Emotionally to me, I think Randall's the most talented they've ever had a
Right,
quarterback.
right. Like Randall was, well, again, the ultimate weapon was real.
Yeah.
But if you take away the lack of playoff success, and again, it wasn't his fault. They had no offensive coach, and they struggled protection. Like if Randall had the line if Randall had McNabb's line, stop. Like he'd be throwing touchdowns to Freddie Mitchell.
He'd be throwing for 4,000 yards of running for 2,000.
Yeah, stop.
No Foles. Come on, man. You got Foles greater than Jaws. Jaws is fine, but he's not a great quarterback. He's a mediocre quarterback.
Yeah, I mean,
we love him. Great guy, great businessman, but as far as skill, man, there's some bad teams. I don't know. I think you got to throw Nick Foles up there. The Mount Rushmore that gives you the first one, beats the Patriots, catches a touchdown.
Can one game get you on the
Yes.
Mount Rushmore?
For me, 100,000%. Yes.
I definitely go. I would go Hurts 1.
Yeah.
Randall 2, 5-3.
Yeah, that's what I would do. And Foles 4. He gets the 4th slot as he broke the streak.
I may go Vic. I may go Mike Vick.
You guys can't be disrespecting what Nick Foles did. Come on.
No, I'm not. Not at all. Mike Vick had some moments though. Mike Vick was
his arm was ridiculous.
He threw. He was a. I'm so into how guys throw.
Yeah.
And he was a
Flicker.
wrist throw.
Yeah.
Like I can't imagine. I'm used arm, right? Like arm throw.
Yeah.
He was a wrist guy and would just spin it off a flick. It's ridiculous.
Someone saying X-Man 333, McNabb, the ultimate J.O.
He really is. If you were gonna
of course, I'm going to start myself. I never won a Super Bowl, but I got to start with me.
Like, if you're going to go to Mount Rushmore of J.O.s, who would you go?
3 McNabb heads and 1 Nick Sirianni.
The All Eagles J.O. 4. Wow. That's tough, man. That's rough. All right.
Michael Jordan, all the guy does is win. You following this career he's got going on now?
But
his
the auto racing
NASCAR team,
Yeah,
23, what is it, XI or XL?
Yeah.
They just won the first 3 races of the NASCAR season. No team's ever done it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, 77-year-old.
Who's on his team?
I don't know who's driving. You're lucky I know any NASCAR news. I mean, I only know because Jordan's running.
Yeah.
But yeah, his team, I don't know who the driver
Mike.
is. I'm sure someone's got the driver of the sauce, but man, he's dominating NASCAR right now.
That's awesome. I still love Jordan. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that dude. Like,
Yeah, I love him even more after we talked with our minor league baseball operations guy, Steve
Novarita.
Yeah, and he was telling us
him
stories about him.
And where he had Mike when he was in Chicago, because he was a part of the White Sox organization, and he had Mike, and he had Bo Jackson too, but he had Mike, and he was telling this story about how he bought this bus for the team. He did a lot. He spent a lot of money on the team.
Anytime there was a Nike store where they were, told him to go get whatever they wanted.
Yeah, it was cool. He seemed like a fun guy to hang out with.
So RM Carp is in the chat telling me the team is called 2311, and the drivers are Tyler Reddick and Bubba Wallace.
Wow.
Bubba Wallace. I mean, what else you got to do? Yeah, you got to be a NASCAR driver, Bubba Wallace.
Bubba Wallace could also be an O-lineman.
Yeah, could be. Yeah.
Bubba Wallace. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a left tackle.
Might be a big, beefy center. This is the second time Wilyer Abreu's made our nugs in this early spring training. You may remember last week he broke a bat, check swinging. The force, when he pulled it back, the bat snapped in half. Well, he started a new trend I think we're going to see a lot of. He challenged a ball on the ABS system, hit his head, and just took his padding off, his helmet off, and started walking. Didn't even wait for the decision to come. And that's him as he's walking down the line.
Oh my God!
And I think we're going to see more of this. Like people are just. And here's the thing: when they reviewed it, it was 0.6 inches, a little over half an inch out of the zone. But he knew it. He was making the walk down.
Well, like, listen, you get hitters that they know the zone.
That's amazing.
Like they know the zone inside and out.
Yeah, he didn't. Started disrobing and taking the walk.
It is interesting. Like you'll see it. Listen, you get kids that are locked in. Like You know what's funny? Like I'll talk to Moss. I go, dude, why'd you take that? Like, why'd you take that pitch? Right?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, Daddy, it's outside. Like with conviction.
Yeah.
Like and he was like, I'm where my vantage point is. I can't see straight ahead. I
Right.
can just kind of see it.
Yeah.
But it's interesting how, and but I go, dude, like that at your age, you gotta 2 strikes. You gotta protect the zone because umpires have a bigger zone for kids. But it is interesting. Like they're locked into a zone.
Yeah, it's wild the accuracy they have. All right, let's do one more. The worst foul in basketball history was this weekend. Have you seen it?
No.
It's a D3 game. Southern Oregon is up 2. Guy on Bushnell gets a rebound. He launches a shot from the foul line, this Bushnell, and number 4 from South Oregon fouls him with 0.6 seconds left, up 2. Dude drains all 3 free throws, and Bushnell wins 71-70 because this guy fouled him. Launching.
A 3/4. Oh,
Could you imagine coaching and that happen? Like, come on.
Oh, dude.
So they're saying this is a playoff game, quarterfinals. They're saying it is the worst foul in basketball history.
Oh my God.
Come on.
What
bro.
are you thinking,
What
son?
are you doing? The guy's an 86% free throw shooter that he fouled.
Oh no. Could you imagine losing like that?
No.
That might be the most heartbreaking loss ever.
Yeah.
Oh,
brutal.
my-
Just
lose, and the guy steps there, and you're the kid. You're praying the guy
just
misses.
clinks one of them. Just get the overtime.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, that's brutal.
he's in his vein zone. They drilled all 3.
Yeah, but you it's worse for the fouler than the guy getting fouled. Step up the line. You're a bar like that's a gift.
Well, yeah.
You got nothing to lose.
Shoot 86%. You just need to hit 2 out
Yeah.
of 3. 3 out of 3, good.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back in the day.
All right, let's do it. Back in the day.
We're going back. We're going back. We're going back. Back in the day with True Mark. Oh, yeah. This is a fun one, I think. Some old familiar friends of yours are in this, and it's enjoyable. The first minute's good.
All right.
Piece 3 rounds each. Now let me introduce.
These are
At the great sports debate, we have a shoot-off. These 2 guys here will take 3 shots apiece, 3 rounds each. Now let me introduce the players. 6'5", right wing from Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, Kurt Schilling, over here to my right. And the little weasel center from Havertown, Glenn Mack. Now these guys will, right behind this line here, shoot 3 shots at our goaltender over there, cleverly disguised as Al Morgani. Glenn Mack now winds up, the shot. Oh, stick save by Morgani. Number 2 winds up, shoots, glove save Morgani.
Oh yeah, good glove.
Mack now down to his 3rd shot in the first round. He winds, he shoots. It's a weak effort. One goal for winning. Here comes Schilling. He's going to wind up. He shoots. Score! Morgani backs out of the pipes. Mack now to salvage his pride and self-respect. Shoots, score through the 5-hole.
Greatest goaltender.
That was a good part.
That was great.
Mac now with his Boston jersey on. Get out of here, dude. I love Glenn. We get out of here with that Boston jersey on.
That was great.
To salvage his self-respect.
Mikey Miss was the best. Weasel. He loves the word weasel. He used to always go to the word weasel. That was great.
That was a great show back in the
It
day.
was.
Yeah, man.
It was fun. They did a lot of good fun stuff.
Yeah, man. I couldn't wait to get home like 5 o'clock or whatever.
Yeah,
it came
like
on.
doing the B-roll stuff was a lot of fun. That's what we got to start doing, like more of that stuff, because I love that stuff. That was that was great. Al had some quickness in that.
Al did, yeah. He looked good.
Well, Al could play. Actually, Al was a good player, good hockey player. He was a lot of fun. Any other notice, real? Because we're about to end the show. Any other fives?
No. I mean, there's a lot of 5 comments. Yeah, there's the 5s.
Jules, I didn't ask you. You're going to eat for your birthday. What would you do?
Traditionally, like a pizza party. But
Oh,
we
you
do
went to
like
pizza
we
party.
used to do
Chuck E.
like
Cheese?
no, like we used to do like bake at home. So like my mom would go order it
Let's
and
get
then
the dough.
bring it home and then bake it, and then everyone comes there, and then
That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. And
I
then,
love that. I just had one of those during the blizzard where I made the pizza and stromboli.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
It's so good.
All right, that's going to do it for us, everybody. Have a great day. March is here. The weather is on its way. Phillies. Love you guys. See you in the morning.
We all silly like the mayor.